risk profile. SMS LIFE to 43015 and we'll call you back, or visit our website for more details. Call All Life today about our easy and hassle-free life and disability cover for people living with diabetes. All Life, pioneering the future of life cover, because all life is for living.
Changing notions of masculinity is one of the many goals of youth activist network Activate. Its leaders launched a campaign over the weekend promoting a side of men that seldom makes the headlines. Activate's project coordinator, Malusi Mazibuko, joins us in studio to discuss this further. Malusi, good evening to you. Thank you for coming in. Part of the worry about many campaigns to do with rape, sexual violence, domestic violence against women is that those who commit these crimes, the men, are not being targeted by these campaigns. Why did you choose to target men?
So, choosing to target men is for various reasons. I mean, throughout centuries, throughout the world, men have been leading perpetrators of domestic violence. A lot of ills that take place within our societies, within our families, are carried out by males. So, taking this initiative of saying, as young men between the ages of 18 to 30, what can we do in order to change the tide? A lot of responsibilities sits with our fathers, people who've gone before us, but what are we saying as young individuals? What are we saying as the youth between that age group in terms of changing that notion, changing the tide and changing the different stereotypes, different ills that are associated with males in society?
How exactly do you plan on going about that?
So the plan is very simple. I mean, it is not a program in isolation, meaning we're not working specifically with males, but it's a program that is encompassing all genders. We are involving women, we're involving the LGBTQ community, because we understand that in order for society to change, we have to have all sectors of society. We're involving the taxi industry, we're involving men who are disabled, we're involving different sectors. I mean, because we understand that, you know, domestic violence and issues that got to do with males are all over society. It's not just in one area. I mean, academics, young people who are employed, young people who are unemployed, it is a social pandemic, we could say that.
You know, it's very interesting, the men you have brought together, because they come from different social strata, different economic groups and the like, which suggests to me that their definitions of masculinity are probably quite different.
Yes.
How do you get to a singular, sort of centralized, standardized definition of masculinity?
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, there isn't, I mean, gender is something that is evolving. I mean, we normally joke around with friends saying that, you know, in years to come, males and female, the whole gender will be null and void. But currently, we cannot say this is the accurate way of a man should necessarily behave. That's why on Saturday, when we were launching the initiative, we basically told the audience that we are basically planting a seed as opposed to bringing a tree. We're planting a seed that we are hoping society will come together with us and making this become a reality and make this to grow. We're not coming with one of those programs that are fully fledged, but we are building this together with society. So one day we will perhaps see what an A man looks like. I mean, as when this particular initiative started through the Activate Change Drivers program, it was just young people from different provinces coming together and saying, you know what, I think we would like to see something different, a different narrative around men, masculinity, and the role of young individuals.
How did they respond to your message?
I mean, the response was incredible. I mean, we had a very good turn-up. Most of the people who came were from different civil societies, organizations. They were coming from within the Activate program, because Activate is a network of young change drivers spread out throughout the country who are doing incredible work. So they came out in numbers to basically come and support the initiative. The response was incredible, as I'm mentioning. We also had an opportunity of being interviewed in one of the radio stations, people calling in, people really saying, yes, there are other initiatives that are happening out there, but this one, what set it apart is that we are targeting an age group which is kind of like has taken a back seat. I mean, young people have no obligation to society. I mean, they're living for themselves, but we are saying, can we change that narrative? Can we change the direction in which young men are going? And the response was incredible, you know.
And overwhelmingly positive.
Overwhelmingly positive. I mean, that's what was really stood out the most.
That's great to hear that you started this dialogue. Thank you so much for
coming
in to speak to us this evening, Malusi. Activate's project coordinator, Malusi Mazibuko. Headline stories at this hour. A controversial pastor could face legal action over the treatment of his congregants. Local shopping centres remain on high alert over US terror concerns. And most provinces have managed to improve access to free basic services. Further afield, 11 people, including 7 police officials, have been killed in a car bombing in Istanbul. More than 30 have been wounded. A bus carrying Turkish officers is believed to have been the target. The blast occurred near a university during morning rush hour. Nearby buildings and trees were damaged. No one has claimed responsibility. A Japanese boy abandoned by his parents for being naughty has been discharged from hospital. 7-year-old Yamato Tanuka walked out holding a ball-shaped object that appeared to have been signed by numerous well-wishers. Yamato's parents first said he'd disappeared while they foraged for edible plants. Later, they told police they'd left him by the side of a road to discipline him after he threw stones at people and cars. He was discovered a week later in a building about 4 kilometers from where he'd last been seen.
What's been painted is a picture of a country on the brink.
You very confidently remind us that you will be in power forever.
I certainly have never done that.
Bring an alternative, because willing buyer, willing seller has not worked.
We believe South Africans must have a choice about their future.
We've got to stand up, we've got to go to the union buildings to say we are not fools.